She moved from New Jersey to Oklahoma for a change of scenery and wound up dead on the top of a mountain. But even though Jody Rilee-Wilson was found dragged through the dirt and wrapped in trash bags, for 8 years, police could only call her death suspicious. No suspects named.
It's been 8 years. My guess is you've got to be a little frustrated.
Yes. It's been a roller coaster of emotions for us. We're hoping somebody steps up and says, you know, this is what happened.
And someone was about to. Earlier this year, after publishing a series of articles for the anniversary of Jody's unsolved death, New Jersey reporter Abbott Koloff reached out to various family members for comment, including Jody's father-in-law, Jerry Wilson.
I left a message saying who I was, and I just written the story about Jody. And then I just said, I want you to talk about that night. And he called me back.
Do you mind if I record you?
No, not at all. Let me tell you what happened.
It was just days before our own reporting began.
Now, it's hard to tell this but it's the truth. On this particular night, my wife and Bo had left the house, and I was there taking care of the 3-month-old baby.
You were watching the baby at your house?
Yes, sir.
So, do you remember why the baby was at your house?
Yeah, they had to go somewhere for a few minutes.
Okay.
And they were gone about 4 or 5 hours.
Questionable enough as is, but it's what Jerry says Kathy did when she came back that really got his attention.
She went in the closet and started digging around. I said, "What are you doing?" She said, "I'm fixing to haul off his body."
Jerry dropped a bomb.
He certainly did. Several of them.
So at the time, on May 5th, your wife comes in and out. Did you leave for the funeral that night?
Yeah, as soon as they got back, we did. I don't know what time it was. It was sometime during the night.
And 2 days before, when Jody told everyone they were leaving.
So they rushed out on Tuesday night.
He said that Kathy said, we gotta go, get on the road.
And after that, he says they left with their bags, with baby Annabelle, and even with Kathy's pet possum, but no Jody.
It was probably midnight or after.
And there was something else about that trip. Jerry says that initially his son Bo took a separate car, Jody's car.
And Bo took her car. It's the Pig Out Palace, but the name of the town is Henrietta. They parked her car right on the side, and then I asked him, I said, "What's Jody's car doing up here?" And he said, "Oh, she'll be up here in the morning to pick you up."
After that, Jerry says Bo got into their car, and they all drove on to that funeral in New Mexico.
So when you found out that she had died, had you ever asked Bo about it?
Yeah, Bo was this quiet mouth. I don't know. But I should have known he was lying to me.
It was only after a few years of casual questioning that Jerry says his son finally broke down and told him exactly what happened.
He'd been planning on killing her for several days or weeks before this happened. She was wanting to take the baby and go back to New Jersey to see her mother and dad, and he didn't want her to go. He said, "Yeah, I put a bag over her head and I smothered her to death, and then we put her up on the mountain."
We, as in Bo and his mom, Kathy.
So he put the bag over her head?
Yeah. Now, I don't know where my wife was involved in that part of it or not, but she was with him. They would throw that girl in the back of her car and hauled her up in the mountains and throwed her out.
In the back of which car? Kathy's car?
No, Jody's car.
And this was because she was going to take the baby. Well, she was talking about going home for good, right?
No, she's just going to take the baby and go visit her mom and dad for a few days.
So he killed her because she was going to just go for a few days?
Yeah.
Why didn't he want Jody to go see her parents?
He's afraid that she wouldn't come back.
It was all right there in Jerry's statement. A family of suspects and a timeline for murder, complete with motive.
It's such an incredible allegation. Basically, you have the father claiming that the son has committed murder. Right. Did your jaw just drop when he said that?
It was a very chilling moment.
But if Jerry had this information for so many years, why did he wait so long to come forward? And why so soon after getting kicked out of the house by his wife, Kathy?
A man scorned.
He is obviously angry about what happened. Is he telling the whole truth? I can't say. I don't know.
But then Abbott Koloff wasn't the only person Jerry had spoken to. Months before he made that recorded call, on the exact same day he was removed from his home with Kathy, Jerry went to the police with the same basic story.
That Kathy talked about having to get rid of a body, and that Bo had put a bag over Jody's head and smothered her.
But that statement was made over 3 months before we sat down for this report. So why hadn't there been any arrests?
Let's go, driving.
Let's go.
Coming up,
Bo, we want to talk to you about Jody. Your father's making some serious accusations.
Bo's father pointed the finger. Now we have some questions for the accused.
Do you think maybe Jerry's just mad at you because you tossed him out of the house? Bo, we want to talk to you about Jody and what happened. Your father's making some serious accusations. Your father is saying you killed your wife and says that your mother helped. Do you have anything to say?